I woke up. I'm awake now. Hey, good morning. Catfish dog. Catfish dog always be around. He's one of them guys who works nights. Morning, a Red Bull. I am taking applications for sponsorships. Should you have your people call mine, maybe we can get something worked out. Thank you, Sam, for the idea. I'm gonna read something later today. I don't know where I got this at. I found it in my Bible. I have nice Dr. Jeremiah. I suppose it's called the Warrior's Prayer. Pretty cool. We got Fish Dude. Hey, good morning. How are you? Welcome to BUGMAN22'S Clubhouse. It used to be a show, but it's not a show because it has no format, no anything. It's just me and some catfishing people hanging out. So you're welcome to be here. It's good to have you. We got Fish Dude. I like it. We better check you out, man. We're gonna check you out. See. Going in the moonlight. I can't think of the song I'm trying to think of. Oh, it'll come across me. In the moonlight, everybody's streaming now. All right, dude. You're a wrench holder. Anyway, as I was talking about, I don't know where I got it at. I'm sure I picked it up somewhere. I may have found it laying. You know what? I'll bet I found it laying on the table at the VA hospital. What's up, Catfish Dog, my friend? But it's really cool. I liked it, so I think I'll share it later. Kind of, it's a prayer. It's not Bible verses. I don't think I didn't. It doesn't have any books, chapters, or verses marked on it anywhere. So I assume someone just wrote it. And then it starts out, Heavenly Father, your warrior prepares for battle. Today I claim victory over Satan by putting on the whole armor of God. Then it goes through the different different parts of armor that you'd put on if you were, say, a knight going in battle or something like that. Not just a warrior, I suppose. The girdle of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of spirit. I am prepared to live this day in spiritual victory. By faith, your warrior has put on the whole armor of God. Never know. Could be your life could be the one that saves. Who knows? Man, dude, Dad fell so hard last night and hit his head in the bathroom on the floor. I got a picture. I'm telling you, his whole forehead. Where I'm on the wrong side. This side here. His whole forehead right here. A couple cuts and just a big knot. This eye is literally just black. And a big knot right there and swelled shut. Anytime he falls, I've got to call the hospice people, and I called them, and they always send a nurse over. And I don't call him every time he falls like I'm supposed to, because if he just falls on the carpet by his chair, going from like the little potty chair to the recliner, I'm not calling someone to come by and say, hey, he just fell down, he's fine, But this one here, I was torn between calling them in an ambulance. I almost called an ambulance at first, but he was bleeding and it looked gnarly, man. And he went to the bathroom in the regular bathroom because you don't like to take a dump in the bucket thing, which thank God I don't really mind that. But from now on, it's not going to happen. The bathroom isn't. And So he was in there and he's done, and I was standing. I was like, "Hold on, Pop. I'm gonna get your walker and bring it over here real quick, and then you can stand up." And I no sooner turned my back and I heard bam, and I turned around. His head's on the floor, and I was like, "Oh!" And then I seen the blood, and I was like, "Oh, fuck," And he said, "I'm all right. No, just don't move. Let me get a look at this first." And so I got a wet washcloth real quick and wiped the blood off, and it looked pretty gnarly. It's not a big cut. It's more like scrapes where you almost like you'd fall on the blacktop or whatever. You fall on something kind of rough because the wood floor in there's kind of textured. And yeah, man, I'm like, and it wasn't 2 hours before that he wanted to go outside. And for one, it's hot as hell out yesterday. And I'm like, Pop, man, that's not a real good idea because the last 3 days, you're doing great for what, 3 weeks now? Up walking around, doing awesome. And something happened last 3 days that his dementia kicks in is the only way I can explain it. And he gets kind of loopy and, talks off the wall and stuff. And when that happens, his legs get real weak for some reason. And I don't know what causes it. It just hits. And it's there 3 or 4 days, and then he'll clear up again. He'll be, decent. Well, yesterday he was on the way of coming out of it, so to speak. You know what I mean? He wasn't all the way good, but he wasn't as bad as he had been. He was, I didn't have to help him get up as much to go to the bathroom in the little chair thing, not in there, mind you. And so that's when he wanted to go outside, and I'm like, man, Pop, I don't know. That's not a real good idea, but he's persistent. I just want to go outside on the porch for a little bit. I'm like, all right, man. I said, Pop, it's 100 degrees out there. I exaggerate a little bit. It was 89 or 90, thereabout. Felt like 100 to a fat guy like me. And so I get his walker and I tell him, so you're going to have to walk from the recliner all the way to the sliding glass door with this walker before, I'm going to let you go out there. And I walk behind him real close in case his leg goes or something. I catch him and help him get into the walker. I'll be damned if he walks all the way over. So I'm going to let him, help him get out there and sit in the chair. And I know it's real hot out there because the dogs hadn't stayed out very long. I let them out there, back in 5 minutes at the most. Where usually they're sniffing all around the porch for the bunny rabbits. And oh wait, you was fishing with Retired Rick? You're kidding me! I seen that live last night, and I Saturdays I usually try to, if there's a live or something, I'll come out and hang for a little bit, but I won't stay, the whole time. Most of them, and I seen that Retired Rick live, and I clicked on it and seen, who was in the chat or whatever, and I didn't really see anybody, so I was like, heck, I'm gonna go to bed. If I'd know you was fishing with him, damn it, I'd have stayed. You guys catching fish? I'm so sorry, dude. I missed it. First off, where was y'all fishing at? And second off, did you catch any fish? Yep, the head scrapes bleed a lot. That's what the nurse said too. She said, don't worry about it when she came here. And it turns out she knows Dad from his hospice stay over at the Waters or whatever he goes to, the nursing home and hospice, which happens Wednesday this week, Wednesday to Tuesday because of the long weekend. I thought you was going to say you just got home from work. I didn't even read the whole thing. I just assumed it said just got home from work. I have to go back and watch it. I can watch the replay, can't I? So anyway, tell me, did you catch any fish or not, Knucklebrain? I'm going to smoke. For those of you who have children, you shouldn't let your children watch my show anyway because this is all grown-up shit. If you let your kids watch us guys in here doing this stuff, you're a bad parent. You should really give your children up for adoption. 12.3 blue, no kidding. That's like right around where my PB on blue is right now. Be honest with you, I don't know. J Dog always tells me what they are when he weighs them, and I always forget. Unless it's some freaking. If it's not 20 pounds or bigger, the blue from my PB, I'm not gonna remember anyway. You know what I mean? My PB channel cat's 10.8 or something like that. And I caught that by myself at some lake here in town. No, Rick didn't skunk. Rick let you catch two channel cat in his boat. That's what happened. No, I hate to break it to you. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you got out to fish, man. That 12.3, that's fun. Imagine if that was a flathead. Boy, you talk about a fight. I think that's about what that flathead weighed in that picture. I can't remember. J Dog probably knows. But that flathead I got in the one picture I put up sometimes, he was right in that area. And if it's on a river, man, geez, they feel so much bigger. What are you doing? You put that, or do you want your next can of food? Hold on. I'll be right back. Max needs some food. That's my cat, Maxie Maggie. Come on, let's go. You let the dogs eat it? Come on. There you go. Christine Powell had not been able to reach her for a couple of days, so they came to games. They couldn't get her. So they called the Gainesville Police Department. They had to break in a door to enter straight into Sonora. Oh man. And I'll tell you what, man, I was just getting ready to leave. That's half my PB. He's really mean, cool. Yeah, I like those that got a lot of fight. But I realized I was out of Mountain Dew, and I literally was just getting ready to leave, go get Mountain Dew, when Mom and Dad come by. She was leading him on the walker. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "He wants to go in the bathroom." I'm like, "Oh, all right, that's fine." And I was like, "I need to go get some Mountain Dew," and I didn't, think a whole lot about it. And she said, she come back in after she helped him get in the bathroom. She said, "Can you stay until he gets done?" I'm like, "Yeah, I probably should." And then it dawned on me he's in there a little bit, and I went in there to check on him. Said, "Pop, you all right?" And he was having a little trouble with the paperwork, so to speak, which he always does. So I always have to help him. And yeah, but all is good. He's gonna look good the next couple. They're gonna look like someone will beat him up. I know that. Which I told Mom, I said, whether we were supposed to or not, I would have been calling the hospice people last night when it happened, because I wasn't going to let him go to his respite to the nursing home with a big black eye and head all, swelled up, without them having record of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they do got an organization that looks out for old people just like they do for children. Lake Springfield, is that Springfield, Illinois? The Springfield Mile, baby. And let's see, Springfield, Halls, Husqvarna. Been there since the 70s. What? Don't even think about starting barking. What do you want? What? I don't know. See this big dog laying down? That's where you should be right now, waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. What? What do you want? You want to go out? Huh? I don't know what you want, man. Quit. Lay right down there. Oh, so far, catfish, dog, and what was the other cat's name? Let's see here. We got a fish, dude. Is the only two people I got in here that's actually been in chat. And it looks like that says there's 6 people in here. What, man? Come here. What do you want? I don't know what you want. Come here. What do you want? What? What do you want? You want to go eat cat food? Is that what? Don't sit here and look at me like I'm going to retarded. You want to go out? Huh? I don't think Kelly wants to go out right now. Man, I ordered new grips put on the Harley yesterday. And on the dirt bike ones, you can plug one end of the handlebar, the other end, and you can put a little hole in the end of the grip, right? And put your air compressor in that hole and put it on the end of the handlebar, put the air compressor in the hole and squeeze the air and it'll swell it up. You can push it on, right? Doesn't work on the dirt bike or on the Harley. Good morning, Jody.
Morning, how are you?
It's kind of rough night, but other than that, I'm all right.
You doing better this morning then?
Yeah, I ain't had but maybe 3.5 hours sleep, I reckon.
Wow.
And well, stuff happened with Dad and stuff last night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to call the hospice people, wait on the nurse to get here, and then I had to give him his medicine, and I gave him a little extra for the pain of the morphine, liquid morphine, and so then I sit around and I watch him for about an hour to make sure nothing happens,
Yeah.
And then he was out after he had an ice cream bar, because ice cream bars make everything better.
That's right.
That's my philosophy from my son, and my mom used to have an agreement about that when he was a little kid. I forget, I think he fell and scraped his knee up or something one time, and he was at Mom's house and he was crying or something, and she said, "You're okay? Do you need anything, or you want anything?" I like ice cream because it makes everything better. So they've had that running joke his whole life now. He's almost 40. Hey, Dave Bozarth, good morning.
Morning.
It's all right, brother. Just had Dad fell in the bathroom last night and landed on his head real bad. A big knot black his eye, and so we had to call the hospice people and stuff to come. And he's all right. He just looks like he'd been boxing Mike Tyson. Did you go fishing? You catch any fish this weekend, Jody, worth talking about?
Yeah, I really did. I mostly bait fished this weekend. Like yesterday,
Did you
I
really?
only bait fished last night. I didn't catfish any, and then Saturday I went and had a tournament. I was on Brian B's channel. I caught a 5 pounder. I had one on the line, and I didn't get it and reel it in. And it got off by the time I got to it, and I don't know what it was. And then I caught a 5 pounder, and I hooked one in the back, which didn't count because it was foul hooked. A 17 pounder and a 39 pounder.
No kidding, from the bank? Nice.
No, I was on I went to Chattanooga.
Oh, went where?
I drove to an hour to Chattanooga.
Oh, did you fish with Bobcat, or you just went there on your own?
I always fish alone in tournaments, yeah.
Oh, it was a tournament, and you went to Chattanooga in the tournament? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up getting fourth out of like 21 teams.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, JG,
Yeah.
how are you, buddy? It's good to see you.
I think the first 3 people was like on the Sandusky and Potomac. You just can't compete with them numbers.
Nope. The Sandusky is the new Potomac too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're fishing numbers, you're not going to beat them.
Well, it was total weight.
Huh?
So he
Total
was
weight.
total
Okay.
weight.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't produce numbers. I might be able to catch one or two good fish. That's about it.
Exactly, catfish dog. You don't see me much on the weekends if you hadn't noticed. You'll see me every now and then for a little bit, and I'm usually not in it a whole lot. But yeah, the best tournaments for you are the size tournaments.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then if someone's fishing Potomac, then it's a toss up, or if Bobcat's in it. Bobcat always catches big fish, though.
Yeah. He usually gets a good one in.
He does, doesn't he? Almost every time you can count on him for one big fish. Him and
Yep.
Creole.
Yep. Well, that's where they're at. The damn dumping. I just, I don't, I don't want to bump. I mean,
Nah,
I would like to learn it just to be able to know how to do it, but I, w- I'm, I don't want to worry about the water spinning around or other boats around me trying to hit me.
yeah.
Or,
Now I wouldn't go near a dam unless I was with someone like Bobcat who knows what he's doing, and J Dog you
hmm
can count on. He's been on the river long enough. He knows what he's doing too. But
Yeah.
dangerous stuff you get up there close to them dams. You know what I mean?
But see, you're not sitting still while you're bumping. Your boat is moving along down the water with that line.
Okay, yep. I see what
You
you're
have to
saying.
have you have to have total control of your boat and know what you're doing. And I'm not nowhere near good enough to do something like that, even with
Yeah,
my boat.
yeah. Me neither. There's no way. Like I said, and I'm real particular about who I'll go on a river with. You know what I mean?
hmm
And I'll do it with J Dog because I know he's been on that river his whole life.
Yeah,
And I would go with Bobcat and Roger. I'd go with Roger because he's been on the river quite a bit. There's just
yeah.
a people because I mean, you if you don't know what you're doing on them big rivers, you like the Mississippi, for instance. I wouldn't even think I'd get on it in a boat.
hmm Well, Chattanooga is extremely fast, Chickamauga Dam, and there's rock piles and
Yeah,
bridge piles that you have to go through. That's got water squirt on that, about 10 feet on each side of it. You have to motor through, and you have to just stay on your game because if you slip up for just a second, like Brandon he was fishing and didn't notice his trolling motor quit. Next thing he knows, he's in the rock pile. He
yep,
had to push himself off of it. I'm in a
yep.
fiberglass boat. That's not gonna work for me.
No, yeah, JG Hill. It's the same here. Like any of the reservoirs around here, you can't get within 300 feet of the dam. They're not big dams with locks or nothing, but still they
Yeah.
got buoys, and now don't get me wrong, there's people go past them buoys, but I'm not one of those. I already got a ticket to pay from being too busy this year.
Mhm.
I ain't even called there yet. I didn't have time. Shit's been just crazy the last couple of days,
Yeah.
and now this heat coming on. Well, Dad started Friday, I think it was Thursday night or Friday. He started into the dementia. I don't know. I call it having a spell or something. I don't know what you'd call it. But when it happens, I mean, you got to keep your eye on him because he'll get into stuff. And like last night, I mean, I literally turned my back for 3 seconds, just long enough to turn around and grab the walker. And I no sooner turned around and got my hands on it, and I heard him hit the floor.
Yep.
He hit hard too. I'm telling you. I mean,
Mhm.
and he was laying there in his head, and I thought he was knocked out at first. And I was like, "Oh man!" I didn't say "oh man," believe me. I said bad words, but and then he raised up a little bit, and I seen the blood, and I said, "Oh man, oh man." Then but not those
Yeah.
exact words. And I told him, "Now don't move, just hold on a minute." But well, I tell you what, if I didn't have gray hair, I'd have them now. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
what
went
do
through
you?
all that with my dad. When they're having a bad spell, it's like their brain loses communication with their legs.
Yep. Yep. See that whenever the dementia hits where he's real spacey in his head,
Yeah.
his legs are like jello for some reason.
Yeah. It's
I
almost
gotta
like they forget how to walk.
Yep, that's it. It's like they forget how to walk. Good call. Yeah, that's exactly. I hadn't even thought of it that way, but you're right. That's exactly what it's like. And it's hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, mom helps me, but she's what 90 pounds and blind. You know, she does the best she can with a bad back, and I keep telling her to just get back, get on the couch. I'll take care of it.
Mhm.
I didn't because she can't hear very well neither. She was in the living room. I didn't let her know Dad fell until I got him up and was wheeling him here in the living room. You know,
Yeah.
she can't see, so she couldn't see how bad it was, or she would have freaked out.
Mhm.
You know, that was a blessing in disguise there. But yeah, that's what it's. I never even thought of it like that. But you're right. It's like they forget how to walk.
Yep.
And when it gets like that, if he's not asleep, you got to have an eye on him. I've got the way my desk is set up. Got my two monitors and then the PC, and I got a gap between it and one of the monitors. I can see straight through there to his recliner.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
got
thank
two
you,
monitors.
Hill. I
You know what?
appreciate it, brother. Do what?
If you got two monitors, you might want to get one of them $20 webcams and set up in another room. That way you
Oh,
can
well,
see
I
what
can see him. I can see him from where I'm sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a straight shot. I can see him. I can see his head right now. He's asleep. He fell asleep in the recliner. Didn't want to get in his bed. He'd rather sleep in the recliner half the time. I'm like, Pop, your neck
Yeah.
has got to hurt because he sits there with his head cocked sideways and he doesn't lay the recliner all the way back, and I lay it back for him. And then when I get up in the morning, it's sitting almost up. You know, the legs are still out, but
Yeah. That's the way my dad was too. I bought him a neck pillow. That helped a lot.
yep, I never thought about that. I got one of those. Actually, I just found it the other day. It's sitting around here somewhere with all the other mess I've got around here. He I'm cleaning my desk off today, and I got hats and books and stuff laying all around me out here. I'm gonna clean it all up today since it's gonna be hot again.
Mhm. When are you having your surgery?
September 23rd. It's a Monday.
Okay, it's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, JG Hill. I actually use what's called grip glue, and the stuff sets so fast you got to get it on. Now with dirt bikes, it ain't so bad. Hey, morning, John. You can. We used to use hairspray, and it would give you time to slide the grip on, but it quits holding after a while. But with dirt bike grips, you wire them on anyway, and you'd have to see it to understand. They actually make what's called grip wire, and these pliers that clips on it, and then you pull at the bottom, and the pliers spin, and then you clip it off and hammer the little spin part up into the grip. But this is the first time I used grip glue on motorcycle grips, road bikes, I mean. And man, the grip was halfway on and it was stuck. I was like, "Are you effing kidding me?" And once it's stuck, there's nothing you can do. So I had to cut it off and scrape it all off there and order another pair last night. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll use the old hairspray trick. You have some sexy wire pliers, John? Yep. On dirt bikes, I put 4 wires on each grip, 2 on each end and 2 in the middle. And the reason you do that is because you're racing dirt bikes. If you fall or whatever, and the hand grip goes all the way down in the mud underneath, and when you pull it up, the mud wants to push down in there. Well, you have them wired so that it can't get down in there. But I ain't gonna put grip wire on my road bike. It And these grips I got are cool. They're actually like if you ever had a pair of Vans slip-on shoes, you know what I'm talking about? The pattern on the
Mhm.
bottom. And if you look at them, a pair of Vans, they got the pattern, but there's that one spot that the pattern's different. And what that's for is actually for the pedals on your BMX bike. That's why the sole's made like that on a pair of Vans. Well, that's what they're made out of is Vans tennis shoes sole, and they look real cool. Actually, that's why I got them. And so now I had to order another one. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to call a friend of mine that works at the Harley shop and ask him, hey, what's the trick to getting these grips on?
Mhm.
because I tried the air compressor trick first, and there's a hole in the end of the grip, and you put the grip on about that far, and then you put the air compressor tip in that hole, and usually you plug the other end, and when you have someone plug it, and when you squeeze the air compressor, it expands the grip up, and you just slide it on. Well, cables run through those handlebars, and there's holes in the handlebars, so it won't build any air pressure.
I bet you could Google it.
Yeah, I got my friend's he works at the Harley shop. He has for years. Oh,
Yeah.
JG Hill, I was talking about going back and watching Catfish Dogfish with Retired Rick last night. And I seen that, and I popped in for a minute to see if I knew anybody in the chat or whatever, and I didn't really know anyone, so I just popped back out. I might have said hi or something, I don't remember. But I didn't know Catfish Dog was there, or I would have hung out for a while.
I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I
don't have to buy a third set of grips, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta be real careful.
Did you see him dancing, Catfish Dog?
I didn't know he was on there. I would have hung out. Yeah. If I didn't know he was on, I would have hung out for a long time watching, Morning,
yeah. I was going to screen record it, but my phone was the battery's too low. It wouldn't let me.
I don't even know how to do that. I know how to do it on the phone, but I don't know how to do it like if I'm on my PC watching a live or something. I don't know how to screenshot. I don't know how to do anything. No anybody kid you. He twerked. Oh my God, I'm definitely going to have to go back and look. I need somebody to make me a thing like the one that Hog Leg made me, that one that says the Bugman Show or whatever. I need one of them made, but just says, Bugman's Clubhouse or whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know what I'm going to do about the grips. Well, my whole idea was I was going to get up and ride the bike to church in the morning, yesterday morning. And when I got up, Dad got up and he was still kind of lightheaded or still a little, shaky. So I just stayed home and watched church online, but I didn't have the grips on, so I wasn't going to ride anyway. But I think I'm just going to use the hairspray trick. Works real good. You spray the grip, you spray the handlebar till it's wet with hairspray, spray some inside the grip, and it'll slide on easy, and then you spin it until it starts drying out. That's the easiest way. I'm not going to put the grip glue on there. The grip glue I got, Renthal Handlebars grip glue, and it literally almost like melted the inside of the grip to the handlebar where it would not move at all. If I'd have got it slid all the way up there, it would have been awesome. Oh crap! Hold on.
These cars are blinding me this morning. I probably hit like 20 cars just then.
You better slow down. I know you're speeding.
No, I'm not. I'm in curves.
Chicka boom, boom. Don't you just love it?
My car's missing.
Your car's missing?
Yeah, I got some coil packs ordered. Supposed to be in this week.
Say it again real slow. I didn't understand. Your car's missing.
Yeah, COIL coil packs.
I don't get it. Is the motor missing like it's running rough?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
you know what a coil pack is, right? You know what a coil pack is, right?
Coil pack? Yep.
Yes, COIL. I ordered all new ones.
So you run codes on it, did you?
Yeah.
You take AutoZone, they'll plug in the thing and run the codes for you for free.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Yeah, I did too, but it didn't work on the Buick because mine's old and cheap, and I bought it 15, 20 years ago.
Is Buick a Chrysler?
Buick's a Buick. It's a division of Chrysler Manufacturing, I think.
Okay, I can tell you how to check codes on it.
No, it's a General Motors. I can tell you too. You go to AutoZone, you have them plug it in, and they print it out for you. It's real easy.
If you turn your key,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. The flashing
3
thing.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn your key 3 times. Yep.
And then it flashes. I'm not going to sit there and count flashes. I can tell you that because I'm
No,
dyslexic.
it don't do flashes. Hey, did you have a digital display?
No.
Oh, well, see, I don't have a digital display, so it would throw codes there that didn't show other places.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, on the dash thing or whatever. But yeah, no, AutoZone's a trick. They got a pretty good code reader. In fact, on Ford, it doesn't pop codes, but it popped a number that when I called a friend of mine that works at the dealership and told him what number I got, he came back and said what he thought it was. And then when I took it to the Ford dealership, it turned out it was exactly what it was. Good morning, Benoit ladies. How are y'all today?
Hey, Benoit.
I can't fix the Ford. It cost way more than it's worth. The transaxle overheated. When you raise the hood, there's 2 coolant tanks in there. One's for the motor, I guess, and one's for the transaxle. And the one for the transaxle was low one time last winter. And I filled it up. I didn't know it was low. And so evidently that transaxle ran hot and it fried whatever's inside there. It printed it out because the computer stored the high temperature it got to. The computer in your car stores everything, man. It's scary. If you have a wreck, they can pull that computer out of there and tell how fast you was going, how long it took you to hit your brakes, and all kinds of stuff.
I know. It's like that guy who knows Progressive Insurance. You can plug in something to your car and get your car insurance cheaper.
Yeah.
And it tracks how you hit your brakes and everything.
Yep. That's about like putting a Lexus in your house, man. No, that's okay. I don't want them listening to me. I know what you're talking about. My nephew done it.
My brother did too, and guess what happened to him? They doubled his insurance. Yep. Because
the way he drives. Yep. People are, man, the government is already catching every keystroke you make on your phone, every text you send. Why give them more? Like putting a Lexus in your house. That's the stupidest thing on earth. That's like
I had one in my house and I took it out.
Yeah, it's like calling the government and saying, "Here, I'm going to give you a microphone. You can listen to what I'm doing."
Well, I was just having a conversation and it was starting to answer me with people there.
Yep.
And I'm like, I didn't say your name. I didn't say Alexis.
Exactly. And if people would have listened to Snowden, they would know this stuff. And he tried to warn this country and nobody wanted to listen to him. I listened to a good podcast with him on it, man. And he just, for one, the mainstream media was only going to cover it one way, no matter what he done. But he assumed the American people would get up in arms when they found out that the government is, in fact, listening to everything you do. But nothing of it. So he's, in my opinion, the guy's a hero. He tried to warn us, but nobody, him and WikiLeaks also, they tried to warn the world and nobody wanted to listen to them. So now we live in a police state all the way around the world, pretty much.
I mean, I don't have anything bad to say. Well, because, I live a pretty clean life, but when I'm cutting out like in a fool or something, private conversations, I don't want nobody to listen to me.
That's not the the point that matters, though, we have a Constitution to protect us from those things.
True.
Well, invite them in, the Constitution doesn't apply anymore.
Well, when you put that in your house, you open the door.
I've heard people say theirs would come on in the middle of the night and start talking and making noise, and there's nobody even up.
Yeah.
And then the wireless baby monitors. I've seen video where someone would come from the internet and get on the baby monitor in the baby's room and be talking to the baby.
Yeah.
There you go, John, right there, 1984. Only worse than it even. I mean, England already has the word police. They will come and arrest you in England if you make a text they deem not right or not safe. They will come and arrest you in England right now.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning, David Bozark. Good morning, Benoit.
Eric, my sexy little friend. Did you catch any fish, dude?
Yeah, I caught one after we ended.
That's all that matters.
Hey,
Turn the camera off and you caught one, huh?
Yeah. It was only 11.7, I think. Yes, 11.7. That's what it was.
Channel?
Blue.
Channel?
No, blue.
Huh. Yeah. But yeah, they
Morning,
England
Benoit.
said they were going to extradite Elon Musk to England and arrest him for his comments. He laughed naturally, but that's what they were talking about.
What are we talking about?
About in England right now, they have the word police. If you make a text they deem, say controversial, for lack of a better word, or they deem that is hate speech, they will come and arrest you in England right now. I forget if you ever listen to Tommy Robinson. He was on whose podcast? What's that guy's name? Real smart dude from Canada. Anyway, he was on his podcast and they were talking about it because they're trying to arrest him again for inciting dissent against the government or something, is the way they worded it. Yeah, I'm not either, John. Not an England fan at all. I love the English people, but man, well, that's why you keep hearing. Well, I don't know if y'all do. I watch a lot of news stuff, and that's what all the protesting, violence, and stuff in England is right now. The people are getting ready to have a revolution there. I think they're trying because the police force is complicit. Tommy Robinson, for instance. The Asian people were grooming young English girls and basically what we would call turning them out. They would get them young, 12, 13 years old, start grooming them, and then the next thing you know, they got them doing drugs and drinking and turning them out to other Muslim guys. And this was going on in his hometown, and he started raising hell about it. And they told him he was crazy, and they used the term racist, to stop any dissent. And come to find out, he couldn't figure out why the police weren't doing anything. Well, come to find out, they were covering it up because they didn't want to be considered racist. The police were, why their own girls are getting raped by these gangs of groomers. So he gets arrested for basically telling the truth, and he wrote a book about it, and he got arrested for that. Well, he just made a documentary about it, and they told him he made it 2 years ago, and they told him if he released it, that they would arrest him and put him in prison for journalism. And somehow it got leaked and played in the United States. So now they're trying to arrest him for releasing the movie. And in his interview with, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, real smart guy he's in Canada. Morning, D. But anyway, he was
Morning,
mad
Misty.
at himself because he was afraid to release it because they threatened to jail him 2 years ago. So he was because if he goes to prison, the prison in England are basically a ISIS recruiting grounds. I mean, it's if you go in there and you're an English citizen, there's a good chance you don't come out alive because they're controlled by the ISIS people and the extremists. Morning, Skeeter. And the government knows if they can try him and send him to prison, he's a dead man. It's over with. There's no doubt. Because the last time they had him in prison, he was there for 1.5 years and was in solitary. And they almost killed him, the actual prison itself, because all the people in charge of the food were part of the extremists and he couldn't eat the food. But we're headed there, so it don't matter. We'll be there before you know it. Don't worry. I mean, they're already trying. Thank God for Elon Musk. That's all I got to say, or we wouldn't have any freedom of expression right now. Exactly. Prisons are safe. Just ask Epstein. It's kind of like being friends with the Clintons. You probably don't want to be. Just ask Vince Foster. He'll tell you all about it. Oh, wait, he can't because he killed himself in the park with 2 bullets to his own head. It was suicide. Oh, that's what they said. The report. So, yeah, Vince Foster. He was a very good friend of Hillary Clinton's, and he was getting ready to testify to something. And the rumor is he was doing her. And if he was, he needs to kill himself because I'd kill myself if I'd done Hillary Clinton. Are you kidding me? And the word got out, I'd definitely kill myself.
Morning, Nubbies.
Nubster. But it's, they're trying to make it where you can't live off the grid anymore.
Really?
Oh yeah, I know. In one place, you know how you catch and store rainwater. You have the barrels, and there's one place, some county somewhere outlawed that and said you can't do it no more. Where they're going to have to come and kill me if it's on my property.
They sell a lot of land here for homesteaders.
Yep, off grid. Yep, it's a.
Yep.
God, I wish I could remember that case. I watched because the guy ended up. He didn't have like a Ruby Ridge standoff, but he wasn't going to let the police on his property, and they ended up coming on his property and writing him tickets for having the thing storing rainwater. Good morning, Curtis. It's good to see you, buddy. It was a college game day this weekend, didn't we? I was in heaven. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm not sure about Saban yet, though. He'll probably get better as the time goes on, but I don't know.
Yeah, I kept watching him fold his hands while he's sitting up there. I'm like,
yeah,
what the crap?
you can tell he's just not
Nervous
in that environment. Yeah, exactly. He'll get better, but he was the coach of Alabama, so I got that against him also. No, if anything, he'll be a good analyst because he definitely knows football. Yeah, there's a loud turn signal there, man. Sound like the clicker on an Abu Garcia.
Me? I let a car go around me.
Yeah, I always do that. Anyway, my little Ford's done. I don't know. I'm just going to sell it to someone. Tell them, hey, this is what it does. If you want to drive it around town, it'll run all day. But you get it out on the highway and get between 55 and 60, the motor dies. That's all there is to it. Fortunately, it's a hybrid, and the battery pack still lets you be able to drive safely to get to the side of the road or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you pull over, literally, you pull over, turn the key off, turn the key back on, and it starts, and off you go, as long as you stay below 55. You know, it's got a couple 100,000 miles on it, so I only paid $3,000 for it, and everyone, you know, it's like $4,000 to replace the transaxle. I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. But it's a good vehicle. You know what I mean? The body's nice and clean on the outside. It ain't all ate up or nothing. In fact, I like it a lot compared to the Buick. The Enclave gets like 16 to 19 miles a freaking gallon. And the Ford gets 31, I think. And J-Dog sent me a picture of his odometer. I don't know what little car he has, but that damn thing gets 51 miles a gallon.
Yeah, it's a little Chevy Spark, probably.
Is that what that is? That one he has, the little orangish red one or whatever he wants to sell?
Yeah, little orange one.
Yeah. If it was a little SUV, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. But I thought about the Buick. I got to fix the exhaust on it. But I thought about selling the Buick and the little Ford, plus a little bit of money I got set back, and I could buy another probably decent vehicle. And I could probably scrape up $8,000 or so, I imagine, between all three of them.
Yeah, you can sell
Yeah.
them bikes in the garage you never ride.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that.
Exactly, yeah. There's a 1984 Moto Guzzi in there that I haven't ridden in 3 years, but I'm not selling it because
Right, why not? Let somebody else get some joy out of it.
Oh no, I'm gonna find a sidecar for that. Wait and see. I mean, I could order one, but you're talking $5,000. You know, for a new one. I forget the name of them. I could always sell it and buy one of those URLE or whatever, the Russian things that come with a sidecar and everything already. They actually have two-wheel drive. If I remember correctly, I was looking at them the other day. The rear wheel, there's a shaft. It's shaft driven, and it comes from the motor. Shaft drives the motorcycle wheel, and there's a drive shaft comes off it over and drives the sidecar wheel. So it's actually two-wheel drive. What'd you say? Buy 6,000 Honda, drive it to. Oh, I know, dude. Yep, my son's got a little Honda CRV. If you buy a Honda and you keep the oil change, that's a 300,000 mile vehicle. I don't care which one it is. Well, Curtis, I haven't progressed to the Barbie bicycle yet. I'm still on the Barbie tricycle, but I did get to where I could lean the tricycle and ride it on two wheels, but not very far yet. I'm working on it. I'll get better. I went to start the dirt bike, the battery's dead, and I'm gonna put the charger on it. It's probably not any good, but it was good last fall because I started it last fall. And it's not for sale.
But starting it and getting it out riding around is a whole different process.
When I started, it had miss on the bottom, which means the pilot jet's clogged because of the freaking gasoline these days isn't worth a darn. So I got to take the float bowl off, pull the pilot jet out, blow it out, or else replace it with another one. I probably got one in the little drawer things of jets I got, but when you turn the choke off and you go to give it gas, it misses. It just goes boom, boom, and that means the pilot's clogged. Riding around on the scooter. Yep, I can see that. You'd think I'd got a DUI, wouldn't you? Hey, John, speaking of wheelies, have you seen the stunt rider dudes that ride wheelies on baggers? I'm telling you, it's impressive. There is no way. I texted him the other day, and I haven't heard back from him. The last I heard, he had a blood clot in his heart, and they were working on it.
Yep. I talked to him Friday.
Did you?
Yep.
But yeah, man, them guys popping wheelies on them full dressed Harleys. It's pretty impressive. Hell, everybody got Holweg's number but me, I guess. No, I got it. I texted him. Because he's the one that made my little avatar thing, the Bugman Show avatar thing. Because I texted him and asked him if he could make one that just says Bugs Clubhouse or whatever, you know what I mean? And then I remembered that he wasn't feeling good, so I texted him right back afterwards and said, "Hey man, dude, I am so sorry. I forgot you weren't well. Just disregard my last text."
Are you wanting a logo or a thumbnail?
Yeah, like a logo, like the one I have that says the Bugman Show. Only one instead, it'd say, Bugman's Clubhouse, something like that. I don't know how to do it.
So like when you're in chat, it's got the little icon that shows up. That's what you wouldn't change.
Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think.
No, he's wanting to change his what do you call it when banner or whatever you call it? Yeah, thumbnail. He's wanting to change his thumbnail to Clubhouse, Bugman's Clubhouse.
Here, I'll show you.
Thumbnail should be easy to do. I can't. I ain't even got my phone up. I can't see it.
Right there. Look, that's the one. The Bugman Show. See it?
No, like I said, let me see, get my phone pulled up. Nope, I can't see anything.
Oh yeah, no worries. But it's that thing. That's what.
All right, have a good wet day, Benoit.
See you, ladies. Enjoy work.
Enjoy work. Like that's gonna happen.
Some people enjoy their work. I don't happen to be one of them, but some people do.
My work's easy right now, so I'm lucky.
Yeah, JG Hill. Because I got to thinking, I don't do a show. I mean, it has no organization. It has nothing. It's just a bunch of people hanging out. I thought, why not just call it a Clubhouse? Yeah, John's got a good side gig going with that bass fishing thing.
I wish somebody would start a new show called The Roast.
The Roast?
Yeah, when you have a guest.
Yeah, I'm afraid there's too much thin skin in the catfish community to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah. Way too many people.
You'd have so many people butt hurt.
Oh,
don't be the guest if you can't take it. And don't be throwing slurs out if you can't take it back. That's the number one thing. People want to throw slurs out, but then they can't. When you give them one back, they can't take it.
What'd I do, John? I let it all hang out and then stepped on it. Yep, it's that long. I got that sometimes. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Sun's getting ready to come up. Heck yeah.
You're talking about a tapeworm?
I guess.
I wonder what color. Buddy's been talking about putting handlebars on his motorcycle. I wonder what color streamers he's going to have hanging from him.
The funny part, I'm going to have to buy some hairspray just to put the grips on. Exactly. Just that short. Good call. I don't think there's any hairspray in there. I'll see later today, but I don't remember there being any. There's a good chance I don't get out of the house after 12 o'clock today. I think it's supposed to get real hot today.
Wow.
I think it's supposed to be 95 here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let's see. Okay, 89 it says here today, but then the 10-day says, look at this, Tuesday 97. That's 97. I'm gonna go rent a hotel somewhere and stay in. Geez, I don't think my air conditioner is big enough to cool this house at 97 degrees. Today 91, Tuesday 97, Wednesday 92, Thursday 91, Friday 89, and then it gets back to sanity on Saturday with 84 being the high. Are you kidding me?
Yep, and then it's supposed to rain this weekend coming up, and ain't it the weekend you go see dog?
Yep.
Well, is it Labor Day weekend?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. If it's raining, I ain't gonna go. I don't know. We'll see. Because I'd like to ride the motorcycle there, but if it's raining, I ain't gonna do that. So I don't know what I'll end up doing.
James is having surgery Friday on his back.
Is he really?
Yeah. Don't do anything to it. They're going in and cleaning out around the stuff they already done.
Scar tissue stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Which is usually, I've had stuff like that done. That's really rough on you. Been cutting and trimming all that crap.
Yeah. I'm scared of back surgery. I mean, I've never seen anyone that had back surgery that didn't either A, have to have another one, or B, were just never the same again.
Yeah.
So the only way I'll ever have one is if I literally cannot walk.
He's in bed several days a week. So hopefully this will get him back on his feet.
Does he go to a pain doctor?
No.
He doesn't. Good, because there's a good chance they could put a pain pump in like they did my mom. Because her back's been bad for 30 years. Her spine's curved. And curved part puts it, the disc as it curves this, it gets closer here and wider out there. So it calls at all time. And she got the point she was pretty much stuck on the couch. And she went and got the pain pump put in. And I'm telling you, she gets up and does laundry now. It just, it is that effective. But you got to, I don't know how old you have to be to get one.
He's VA. I don't think they do stuff like that for them, do they?
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I doubt it. I don't know. I know they have pain management doctors in the VA. But after the big scandal, the odds of getting anything from them like that's pretty slim, I imagine. Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah, the fact he goes to VA, yeah, that's the worst thing to go through for pain right now. Didn't used to be. Hell, they just give you a script for anything you needed. They didn't give them to me because I was a recovering addict, but they give them to people that don't have a problem with them. Which I got to talk to my pain doctor or my recovery doctor. I mean, I go Wednesday, I think it is, to get the shot thing in my stomach I get. And I got to talk to her about my surgery because right now I could take an opioid and get no effect from it whatsoever with the pain medication shot thing I get in my belly, which is the greatest invention on earth if you're a recovering opioid addict who happens to have a pharmacy setting up in his cabinet right in front of him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it keeps me from being tempted to try it, and take those drugs. A shot from my belly. That's what she said. Oh man, life is interesting sometimes.
I didn't know that Bugman had to get a penicillin shot. What you got? Gonorrhea? Syphilis?
Yep, pretty much. I got rid of the crabs. I just shaved, but I still got the clap, so they're working on it. Nothing's guaranteed. I wonder how many naps I'll have to take a nap today at some point, I'm sure.
Is crabs the same thing as the clap?
No. Crabs are literally little bitty teeny crabs that crawl around in your pubes. You'll know when you have them.
Well, what's the clap then? I heard people say
It's like
that.
it's almost like an infection type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an internal infection thing. And the clap, syphilis, or whatever, if it goes untreated, it literally can drive you insane and make you die, actually, in the long run.
My goodness.
That's all clap for VD. But yeah, that I forget who was the famous person they done it to. Where actually the government back in the 30s, I think it was, done undercover investigation thing on the black community, where they literally gave some people in the black community the clap to see what would happen to them, and they had no idea that they done it.
Mm-hmm.
It was either clap or syphilis, one of the two, the one that drives you insane. Yeah, John, somebody died from it. I just can't remember who it was. Now, you're right. Somebody famous, like a gangster or somebody. Al Capone. I don't know. But yeah, our government our government is horrible, man. They did do it, and that's why the black community is so apprehensive about taking vaccines and stuff from the government, because the government has literally experimented on them without their knowledge. There's a whole documentary about it somewhere.
That's what that coronavirus was. They shot in your arm too. Experiment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yep.
Well, I'm here at work. I'm going to run in. Thanks for getting me in here.
Have a great day at work today.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Have fun, Jody.
His vault was empty. Hell yeah, it was. He spent it all. But yeah, the government, I didn't even know about that until probably 10 years ago. The best thing that could ever happen to our government is it be dissolved. I seen the best meme yesterday. John Kennedy Jr. or Robert Kennedy Jr. That's right. That's his name. Was running for president, and he gave up his thing and switched his support to Trump. And the meme said, Mr. Kennedy, we know that the CIA killed your uncle and your father. And then it has Trump saying, how would you like to be their boss? I'm thinking, yeah, that'd be awesome, because the first thing he does is walk and say, all right, boys, let's open up the vault. I want to see the vault, and I want to see everything that's in it. Especially the parts that has to do with my dad and my uncle. Oh, really, dog? So he was the one. I knew there was one. I just didn't know who. But there's a lot of good stuff coming out recently, because guys that were part of the experiments and stuff are getting old, where they're about ready to die and they got nothing to lose. So they're telling it all,
Morning, Lou.
Morning, Uncle Lou. Welcome to Bug's Clubhouse.
Oh, that's right. Buggy ain't on Facebook, so he wouldn't know Uncle Lou caught a good fish the other day.
He did. Well,
Yeah, he did.
man.
Gotta
Yeah, I
get with
don't
the
have.
time. Gotta get with the times, Buggy.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure I should. I don't know about Facebook, man.
Why, you afraid all your old lady friends from back in the day will find you? Or
Yep.
maybe your German kids?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's more like it, your German kids.
There's a lot of people I don't want to talk to. I know that. Most of them I didn't like back then, so why would I like them now? I shouldn't say that. That's not very Christian. I mean, they may be great people now, you know.
What, you knew Kamala Harris back then?
John, MIC. See you real soon. Mhm. Mhm. I thought about it yesterday because my church has a biker service at 9 o'clock called Kickstart, and it's on Facebook. And the guy who does the worship music has an awesome voice, and it's good stuff. And so I thought about starting one just for that. Why? Because he ain't got no sense. But then I remember the last time I started one time years ago because somebody posted a video I wanted to see, a dirt bike crash video. And the only way I could see it is if I had Facebook. So I started a Facebook, watched the video, and then went in and shut it off and wanted to end it, right? It took 30 days to end that Facebook thing. Are you sure you want to delete your Facebook account? Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you may want to. And it went on for almost 30 days before they finally deleted the damn thing. No F's to give it all, dog. You're right. I quit having any F's about 10 years ago. No, about 20 years ago. After my divorce, there for about 6 or 8 years, I didn't care, man.
Yep.
I know I sure scored. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Women sure will make you crazy.
Yep. I know one thing. I sure scored a lot better in dirt bike racing for that 5 or 6 years. I'm lucky I didn't get killed because I was going out there riding hard, man, and literally didn't care. And I felt sorry for you if you were in front of me. Let's just put it that way. Because I was passing you one way or the other because I didn't give an F. How does Eric know about women?
Because I'm married and divorced there, John.
There you go. That's how. I don't even care no more, man. I have just determined I don't want to live to be as old as my parents and end up like that. I swear to God, I don't. Mom's blind and dad doesn't have a clue where he's at. And if I get to that point and I have one lucid day, I guarantee it's over with. Rubbin's racing, dog. And when you're in a dirt bike, you ain't got no roll cage around you, and you talk about rubbing, you feel it.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for Josh Perry this weekend. Whoa, boy. That looked like a wild ride.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep.
I'm just glad he did an interview afterwards. He was all right. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
He was upside down and then hit that wall spinning around, and I'd been.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would. My helmet would have been full of puke. See, when you race dirt bikes in the woods, okay, say we're in the trail and it's a single trail, right? And you're in front of me and I come up on you because I'm faster. Well, you yell trail. That's saying, hey, get out of the way. I'm faster and you let me by. And usually you get 2 yells, and after that, then you're getting moved. And learning how to move someone on a single track trail in the woods is an art in and of itself. What's up, Doc?
Morning, Keith. Keith Doc Reed. Oh, man.
I'm going to act like I have.
So, since it's Monday, did you have a good weekend, Buggy? Did you get anything accomplished?
Nothing at all, man. I ruined a brand new pair of handle grips for the Harley, and what else did I do? I didn't do anything, come think of it. Oh, I watched college game day Saturday morning till noon. Then I watched motocross practice till 1. And then I watched motocross racing from 1 to 4:30.
Morning, 205. Wild action.
They were actually here in Indiana, in Crawfordsville, at a place I've raced before for this week's national motocross race. My buddy from the shop scored a couple free tickets. Him and his old lady was going, where a couple years back me and him went. And you actually, it's like a dealer's thing that, you know, I think it was, I can't remember which, you know, something like, say, FMF exhaust or whatever. They'll rent a big tent and they'll invite all the dealers there and they feed them. And the year me and him got to go, it was pouring rain the whole day, and they race rain or shine. They don't cancel them. And there, me and him, we got to stay underneath. You better slow down in that construction zone, dude. But he had the password. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Western Power Sports or some big company, you know, sponsored it. And we got to stay under the tent. It had monitors for parts of the track you couldn't see, and food and coolers full of pop. No coolers full of Red Bull or alcohol, though. But I wouldn't have went this weekend there if I had tickets or not, as hot as it was.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad out on the water Saturday.
It's like magic. Yep, I ordered a new set of hand grips last night, and they'll be here Tuesday.
Did you get Hello Kitty instead of Barbie this time?
Hey, JG Hill, you know exactly what I'm talking about then. The biggest adrenaline rush you'll ever get is sitting on the starting line of a dirt bike race, the 10 seconds till the gate drops. There's nothing on earth compares to it. And like you said, you got 40 bikes going into a funnel into about a 10-foot wide spot. It's the greatest. It will let you know you're alive. We're the ones. I quit racing motocross before 1980. I know that. And the races we do now, I used to do were called hare scrambles, where you'd line up in rows by each class, and you have the engine off, and the guy down at the first turn waves the flag, and when he does, you kick your bike and go. And I went to one down in Florida, Palatka, Florida, and my row had 52 riders in it. You talk about an exciting thing when you get to the first turn. But yeah, JG Hill, you've done it before. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It is the rappelling out of helicopters in the Army didn't even compare to it. I got all kinds of good hair. I just don't grow it long, dude. Wedmore's, we got good hair. Ain't nobody in my family ever went bald. But yeah, man, that's cool. 125C. That's where I had my first 125C class race. I was 14, and we got 8mm film of it somewhere, and it was someone converted to disc, and I got the disc somewhere. I just don't know. I haven't seen it in 30 years, probably. You know, the worst thing about a woods race is going down the hills. Yeah, I came out of the Army from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and when I got there, I went straight to the dirt bike shop and bought a brand new Honda CR 250. And didn't take me but maybe 3 weeks to break my wrist on it. But I kept it for when I came home. I didn't even have a car or anything. I just had a friend of mine that was married that lived on base there in housing, had like a house with a garage and stuff. And he took me to pick it up in his truck, and I kept it in his garage till I went home. Hey, morning, Gabe. How are you, buddy? Which that 85 Honda CR 250, the fastest motorcycle I've ever ridden in my life as far as a dirt bike goes. Wooden spokes, steel wheels. Yep. The funniest part about the 8mm cameras is they don't have no sound. I mean, if I died tomorrow, I wouldn't matter. I got a great life, man. Yeah, a little one in the back.
Are you saying it's been a beautiful ride?
It has been, man. You figure I started riding dirt bikes when I was 9 and raced dirt bikes. Done about every dirt bike race I ever wanted to do but one. And it's up in Michigan, and I actually had entered it and was going to go up for a week and camp and everything. And that was the year I had the colon issues and ended up in the hospital. So I ended up not being able to go. And I've raced dirt bikes from Florida to the UP in Michigan and all everywhere in between. And then I've surfed on 2 Great Lakes, the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and rappelled out of helicopters in the Army. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. 14 behind on shots. Yep.
If you could go back and change anything, what would be the one thing you would go back and change?
School. I would have applied myself better in high school. That's the only thing I would have changed, because it would have changed the course of my entire life. You know what, JG Hill? I gave my son an old camera in an old leather case, and I don't think it's 8mm. I can't remember, but it's old. It's from the 70s. I think he still has it. I found it at a rummage sale, and I just thought it looked cool. So, and it had the case, and it even had the book and everything with it. You know what I mean? It was all there. Man, dude, I haven't had a steak in a while, Gabe. The only steak I can really eat is like prime rib. And I can remember the cable company one time. We had a bunch of the old signal meters that you'd hook the cable to, and it had a little arm that would come up, and tell you what the level was. And we had like, I think, 3 different generations of those from when the company first started that only read up to like channel 13, which I forget was 48 megahertz or something like that. But all the way up till before we went digital signal meters. And they had them all up in boxes in the attic at the cable company, and they had us throw them away one time. And I look back and think, man, I wish I would have kept at least one of each generation, because I looked online and people collect that stuff, Luke, I am your T-bone. Hell, at 60 grand, that's $18,000 more than my first house. You know, and why is it you can go get a 5-year loan and buy a pickup truck for $70,000, but you can't do it for a house? You know what I mean?
Because you'll be lucky for the car to last 5 years. The house will last.
No, but you know you're missing the point. The point is I can get a $70,000 loan for a car and pay it off in 5 years or 6 maybe. But no one will let you have the same amount of money to buy a house and pay it off in 5 or 6 years, because the system is rigged and you spend the first 15 or 20 years paying on interest. But I'm just saying that's how it's rigged, and it's stupid. $11,000, no kidding. Yeah. It cracks me up. You see some of these people bought houses in California back in the 60s and stuff, and they weren't that expensive, but now they're worth millions of dollars. I know when I was out there surfing, I picked up the real estate newspaper things, you know what I'm talking about. And there was this house. We actually passed it going to pick my buddy's surfboard up at his friend's house. It was on a 4-lane highway. It was 980 some square feet, with the yard about as big as the house in the front, and one little bit of one in the back with a driveway that went to a 1-car garage. $800,000. In Indiana, $800,000 will buy you a house on a very lake, a big, probably 4,000 square foot home with a walkout basement, finished on a lake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but who wants to live in flat Indiana?
It's not all flat. Well, I'm just saying that it's for $800,000. You could buy you a piece of property on the Ohio River and build a house that in California would cost you $8 or $9 million that you could build here for $400,000.
Well, that's because Kamala Harris ran out there. She was what?
Yeah, Skywalker, this has been about 15 years ago, and this house, and I'll tell you the kind of neighborhood it was. It had bars on the windows. It was on a 4-lane road, Crenshaw or something like that. And I seen the for sale sign, and then when I picked up the little real estate newspaper thing there at the 7-Eleven or whatever, I found it in there and thought, I'm thinking $98,000, $100,000 or something. Geez, man, I about fell over. I don't know how anybody afford to live out there, to be honest with you. Yeah, Southern Cal in LA.
Well, a lot of them are moving to Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, all they're going to do is move there and try to turn it into California. Where if I was Texas when they started that, I'd just surround Austin and start shooting people.
No, I don't want to live in California or Florida. California's going to fall off.
Florida's cool. As long as DeSantis remains governor, Florida's all right, man. And if you're not out by the either coast in Florida, it's fairly reasonable to live there. Who did we lose? There you go, Gabe. You got my vote, brother. And a lot of the dirt bike racers left California and moved to Florida, mainly because it's so hot there and humid. It's a good training area, but also there's no income tax in Florida. And if your income is in the $1 million range, that's a big savings. Okay, JG Hill, brother. I hope you have a good week, man. I hope you're feeling good. You're on my prayer list, dude. Sometimes life is a bitch, but if you beat that bitch, sometimes it's pretty good. That came out wrong, didn't it? Sometimes if you beat that bitch, it's pretty good. I should be out in the garage right now. Actually. There you go. I like that, Gabe. Some nutcase out there will shoot you for changing affiliation, but man, what a great idea. Right, Uncle Lou? That happens in my car all the time. All right, pony boy, be careful. Oh, man. I would go out in the garage, but my luck, Dad will try to get up and something will freaking happen and my whole day will start out like that. You know what? I got shoe goo up there. I wonder if that would work on them grips. Pony wearing a condom. That's a Trojan horse. I like it. Mm-hmm. Man, I thought we were out of ice cream bars yesterday evening because Dad likes these ice cream bars. I like them too, ain't gonna lie, but they're just not big enough. But he ate the last one and said we were out, and it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock or so after we got done with all the craziness. And well, hold on, Pop. I'll go out and look in the freezer in the garage. I may have bought an extra box. I don't remember. There was 3 whole boxes out there. I'm like, hell yes. No, Ron DeSantis is better at the state level than he is the federal, I think, because he cares about Florida. He takes care of it, does it the right way. Well, I think either way it goes, whoever wins doesn't really matter. One side's going to be really pissed off, and shit's going to get crazy regardless. Which means I'll just move to Kentucky. Our family's land down there in the middle of nowhere. We got our own graveyard, so technically I could get rid of someone and nobody'd ever know. You know what I mean? Whose grave's that over there? Oh, that's Uncle Joe. He died last year. We just ain't put a tombstone in yet. Who does that? Ron DeSantis? Is that what you're saying? Did they lose? That's cool. I knew it was on. I just didn't know it was that close to the end yet. Ron DeSantis wears women's clothes to look taller. Why doesn't he just get a pair of cowboy boots with lifts? You know who would make a great head of the CIA? The dude, shit, I just had his name. Oh, he was from North or South Carolina, and he was in, damn it, I keep drawing a blank. The guy grilled Hillary Clinton, and he would kill people when he was questioning them when he was in Congress. He's got a show on Fox on Sunday nights now. Damn it. The dude was, he was, I think the attorney general of his state or whatever. and had a 100% conviction rate. And you could see why because he would go in to question these people, and he was so prepared and knew the material they were talking about so well. Yes, Trey Gowdy. Thank you, Danny Stone. That's the one. That guy is awesome. He would make the greatest head of the CIA. But like you said, he got out of D.C. He was there, one term or two at the most, and said that there's no help for it, and he went back home where the people were sane. Yeah, Trey Gowdy, man. If you want to see some great interrogation stuff, YouTube Trey Gowdy, and it'll show his. There's like compilations of him questioning people in congressional hearings, and he's one of them guys. I guarantee if you had to go up to answer his questions the next day, you lost sleep that night. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, Uncle Lou, and you know half the Chinese kids were probably teenagers. Man, the very end of my finger is still real sensitive. It almost tingles when you touch it, but if you hit it, it ain't tingling that it does. But I got about, I don't know, half a fingernail maybe. It's still shorter than the other finger, or it's equal with one and shorter than the other, I guess. E.T. finger, come on. It does kind of look like an E.T. finger because it's fat at the end now. You know, Gabe, that's interesting. I was thinking about something about that actually. But actually, that fingernail's at the point where it almost needs trimmed right now, which is kind of cool. I bet Dad sleeps till noon today. Exactly. Poke an eye out. That's a fact. Did the sun come up, little guy? You got you a good sunspot, don't you? Just look at you laying there with your back. Yeah. Let's get a look at that sun. Oh, I waited too long, didn't I? Yeah, it's up now. So let's close the part of that blind, fellas. Stay right there. You're fine. There. Checking to see if the carpet matches the drapes. Yep. I had some blonde-haired lady talking to me last week, and she says she's a natural blonde, and I'm like, really? I would have loved to confirm that. To which I was informed, well, you may just get to. I'm like, so you really are a natural blonde then, because otherwise you wouldn't say that. What the cat drug in bright and early this morning. Hey, Rusty, good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning.
I'm wondering if your smiling face was going to show up today or not.
Yeah, I'm here.
No carpet and the drapes are dyed green. I don't like the no carpet thing. I'm not a fan. That's one of them trends I was glad to see start coming to an end. Albeit slowly.
That could mean on something I probably don't want to talk about.
Nah, you're all right.
Morning, Eric.
Yeah, she's kind of
Morning,
bright,
Rustic.
and she doesn't rank real high in the IQ part, but that's all right. I did find my mom's letter from the Mensa people. Those of you who know what that is. See what it said. She took the
John.
test
Morning, Blue.
and her IQ was 137, but you need a 148 to be part of Mensa.
Buggy likes them blonde and dumb, huh?
Yes, sir. Don't ask no damn questions, honey. Just take my word for it. I
Buggy
promise.
just likes them. You don't care what they are.
Yeah, I got standards, man.
You got standards.
Yeah, I did have to lower them a little bit when I got fat, though. I'm not gonna lie. Good morning, Joshua. How are you, buddy? It's good to see you. All right.
Buggy got standards. He's got at least. They got at least say what do you want me to cook for dinner?
Yep. Uncle Lou, Buggy even likes milk.
I love milk. You kidding me? I don't care. I drink at least a half gallon every other day. I have to have mine over ice, though. I like my milk ice cold. Pig in the ground and some beer on ice. Straight from the teat, doesn't get any better. So what's everybody's plan today? What are you gonna do today, Rusty?
I gotta take the missus to her eye doctor appointment.
Yeah. Say as hot as it is, I don't suppose the grass is growing too quick, is it? Mine ain't.
I've been watering mine, so
Yeah, don't do that. Where my front actually needs mowed, but it's like if I mow it, there's part of it that's a little high and the other part's average. So I don't know. I'm afraid to mow it, and I'm afraid if it stays hot and dry like this, it might not come back till next year.
until the first rain.
Yeah.
So, Buggy, you never got that milk picture from Uncle Lou?
No, I don't think so.
Got milk.
Yeah, I bet you didn't, because if you did, you'd know what I was talking about. That you like milk.
Yeah, I must not have got that one then. You can milk anything that has nipples. Okay, I disagree. Well, no, I'm sure there's a logic behind this I'm not thinking of. At the pig in the ground, we got some beer on ice. Cause all my rabbit friends is coming over tonight. Tell me, Hank, do you want a drink? Hank, do you want a party? I wonder if anybody's got any good comments in the Speak Your Piece from the Mountain Eagle from Whitesburg, Kentucky. Let's just check it out and see. And sometimes there's good ones in there. Most of them's been politics recently, so they aren't no fun right now.
Hey, more Chris, hooks and hammocks. I have ripples. John, can you milk me?
I don't know how to take that, but I like it. Sounds dirty.
John said ripples have ridges.
Police found out Peter Anderson was a father of two from Philadelphia, and he and his wife had separated in 1990. His wife discovered that he was bisexual. There were a lot of similarities between the Anderson case and the cases that we were working on. He also treatment.
Here we go. I knew there'd be one good one in Speak Your Piece. Definition of stupid: seeing the truth, knowing the truth, and still voting Democrat.
There are things that also have a serial killer. I believe the killer experienced a sexual thrill without frustration with the first victim. It made him curious about the sadistic capabilities. So that with his next victim, he would take that knife and give it this articulation to find out if this is the same sexual thrill.
People out looking for drugs should come down Dottie Creek Way, where they can get any kind of dope they want.
Mark Sweeten's fingerprints still match the fingerprints that were found during the Marrero investigation.
You'll catch Bugman down there selling worms.
That's right.
Go look at the traffic. John said, directions to Dottie Creek Road, please.
It's right down from Buttlick Holler.
And maybe vigilance is not.
Would make me holler. Squid like a pig, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling to know that a killer is still out there, even though he may not be actively killing, and no blinds are turning up. Every morning when you wake up, you wonder if this is going to be the day you hear about the next one.
Got the pig in the ground over the beer. To the girl who's meeting the driver of the Hummer that belongs in Hazard, I never thought you'd do this to your family, you lowlife. These are actual people that call in and leave messages at this newspaper in a little town in Kentucky, and the newspaper prints them.
Uncle Lou, you feeling any better? Get you any fish when y'all went back out?
We don't usually do this type of thing, but we have occasions this intense and we really have to find out what's happening.
I think Uncle Lou's busy digging through his outcry. Yeah. For a milk picture.
Is he? Warn me ahead of time, Curtis, if it's something I don't want to see.
Rustic, you remember the milk picture, don't you?
Yeah. It's Photoshop.
Hmm.
There was a Georgia Secretary's class. We got out Thursday and Friday. Well, I know you went out Thursday, but you do any good Friday? Did you have a talk with your buddy? Tell him, hey, tell everybody we caught fish over there.
He said it can cause serious side effects, including fatal infections. While no PML cases were reported in RMS clinical trials, so your doctors do not take vaccines or if you want to become pregnant. Most common side effects are joint infections, headaches, and injection reactions. Ask your doctor about these symptoms.
Facial exfoliator morning. Do you know that time for skin renewal is a 90-day red health 24 reduced billions of surface skin cells body speed. Good health is smoother, younger.
Good morning, all you lurkers in the background.
Especially time.
They're about washing clothes,
And it's not really unlike our outfit, which is
it's a better.
Wife did tell me we was out of coffee.
Uh-oh. Ooh, that is not good.
Morning, D. Rusty came in and Buggy just stopped paying attention.
Now I'm looking for good stories from the Speak Your Piece to read.
Yeah, I went up to Dollar General yesterday. I detailed her car for her, waxed it and everything, and she didn't tell me we needed coffee while I was up there. I would have got some.
Hmm.
You're over 50, and actually you could turn back the clock if you're still making jumps by years.
on tour at the liquor store during this whole week. So I use instant plastic bath. It's restored to feelings without this temporary nasty symptoms. I told my whole crew they have to try.
Get a complimentary sample of Technique brand. The 231231. These devices based targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness with a unique combination of 5 clean natural ingredients.
Come on, people. Let's see what we got going on today.
It's so
I got to take care of the eye doctor. I got to come back. There was something I was going to do. What I was going to do. Remember now. Well, Tuesday evening, I'm going to go get some live bluegill. And Wednesday morning, I'm going to go fishing on the river.
The 231 today.
This coffee comes in the mail, whole beans from somewhere.
If this is true, this is a dandy. Says to the lady who just lost her husband, how does it feel to be the talk of the town with your new boyfriend? You must be a really special person to have already moved a man into your husband's house less than a week after his death. I hope you both are getting a good night's rest. If I'm the cops, I might check that one out. I'm thinking. I'm just saying, if he died and she moved the old boy in a week later, I'm saying she was probably seeing the old boy before he died. That'd be my guess. Oh well, what time is it? 7:45. About 15 minutes. We'll call it a day. Probably. I don't want to be sitting here no more.
There'll be a couple scenarios for that. Maybe she's just a horn toad and she can't be without it, so she went out and found it.
Yep.
Or she don't want to be alone.
Those people need to mind their own damn business. Yep. I want to know what the old boy died of. If it was a prolonged illness, then yeah, I can kind of see it, you know. But if he just died all of a sudden, I'd probably want to look into that if I was local law enforcement.
Antifreeze, I say antifreeze.
Yep, that's a good one. Visine.
Now, honey, let me put some of this special sauce on top of your salad.
Yep. Oh, that green color. Oh, that's just it's a lemon lime thing, but it's kind of sweet too. So just give it a try. Exactly. Bride died from dealing with a hole. That ain't no shit.
One of the most fascinating things to me is that in his 70s, when he was in college, he killed his roommate.
Huh.
The victim's name was Frederick Spencer. Richard Rogers had told authorities that the victim had made a pass at him, and he did not want that. He told police the victim came at him. Richard Rogers went to trial for that murder. He claimed self-defense, and the jury agreed with him and found him not guilty.
He just said, "I'm out." Yep.
Although Rogers was found not guilty of that, maybe lost it.
Yeah. Someone else deal with it. Yeah, it can't be easy getting your ass kicked and fishing every day. I know that, John. I feel for you.
Something that made him want to do it again. He called it the unfortunate. And perhaps over time, it blossomed in his fantasy life.
My phone be beeping a lot today. I might ought to want to look and see if somebody's trying to get a hold of me. Yeah, I don't see nothing super important, really.
When somebody for record, we start talking to them a lot. Yeah, okay, I think you like to run.
Yeah. Motocross GP highlights. I'll have to watch that later. Tulsi Gabbard just made All right. Yep, I'm sure it does. It's just one of those let you know she don't really need you no more. I'm just saying, John, be careful when you go to sleep at night.
And it appears that he lied to Michael Sarah about what he was. Investigators obtained Richard Rogers' work records and discovered that for each beat of each murder, Richard Rogers.
Okay, guys, there's 14 people here. It's 8 o'clock-ish. Let's see. It's actually what, 7:50. We got 10 minutes. And then we're all going to go our separate ways until tomorrow's clubhouse opening at whatever time I decide to open the clubhouse tomorrow.
May 28, 2001. They told her to investigate a homicide before they had a witness with the victims advised them that the exhibits traced back to San Juan. And as well,
Yep, tell Crazy Lady Bugman says hi. Tell her I said it's a good day for cream of wheat. She'll know what she wants some. It's easy to fix, just add hot water. Got a pig in the ground. We got some beer on ice because all your rowdy friends is coming over tonight. I don't know about anyone else, but I think Tulsi Gabbard is smoking hot.
I'm going to say that was probably the meanest presence of me. He actually back in the roads. You look back at the case, everything was clean, the country misarticulated, body was straight and all one. Things are starting to come together. We found the same shop that we found some things, body parts. We didn't come close to senators.
Okay, that'll work. Don't care about the untold story of Conor McGregor. How's that get in my email?
I got the Keurig out, maybe some mocha cappuccino.
Did you really? Nice. Where'd you get to? Did you go get it or make it at home?
Make it home. Hey, so you what's my name, dude? What?
Only by phone, and that was for a reason. So today, he finally joined us.
Oh, Abby, Abigail. What you doing, Abby? Good girl. Good girl. So. What's up for the week? What's going on this week, folks? Come on,
Work.
Dad goes
Work.
to respite on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I have free time for the Buckman.
Hey, there you go. I heard Eric say work. Work. I gotta work. You go fishing this weekend, Eric?
Yeah. It was live Saturday from
What?
7 to like midnight, I think.
Oh, I wasn't even on YouTube. I left my phone here at the house. I went seen my grandson, took him to Burger King, and
Hey, John, you didn't know nobody got a set of front forks for a Sportster, do you? Harley man. We got the pig in the ground. Uh-oh. Is that what I think it is? Nope. I thought Butter was here for a second. I don't know what's up with Tilly barking when Butter shows up, man, but it sure pisses me off. I know that.
Yeah, my grandson got back to the hospital. And we gave him a couple of days, and then we gave him about a day. Then we went down there. We spent Saturday evening with him.
In May 2001, the search for these residents of the flowers. We opened up the door up and we saw some photographs. So we looked at anyone who was in the state of
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Well, I don't know anymore.
I don't need a buggy. All I know is this mocha cappuccino is good.
It sounds good, actually. I haven't had one in a long time. You got me thinking. I bet if I was to run down to the gas station, they probably got one of them machines making those, you know. You just put your cup under it and push the button.
Yep.
Or I could get a Starbucks vanilla frappuccino, which is cold in the cooler thing. No, I'd probably get a hot one.
I used to go when I skipjack fish. I used to stop at this Love's and I get a mocha cappuccino. And by the time I get over to the dam, boy, I'm wiping up like this, like I'm ready to go.
God, I wish something done that for me, man. Yeah, I don't have anything that hypes me up like that anymore.
Ooh, they getting ready to put some asphalt down.
Looks like they need it too, doesn't it? I don't know why I ain't got him up on Bullfree. Why don't y'all tell me about that stuff, man? You know I forget. You know what I mean? I don't think of that stuff. I just wish somebody would tell me, hey, put Eric up on solo so we can see what's happening.
Uh-oh. He climbing up a hill. There you go. Get up there, big boy. You can do it.
There really is no possibility to ever.
All them lurkers in the background, they all back here drinking coffee and still trying to wake up.
Yep. They're waiting on that 8 o'clock to hit.
Yeah, Miss D, she's watching. I don't know if she's probably at work or she's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she said, yep, I'm working.
What's Chadwick doing this morning?
He's probably working too.
Yeah, I imagine.
While we still got warm weather, I got to get the power washer out. Power wash my house.
Yeah, me too. I gotta blow all these darn spider webs and shit away, that's for sure.
Oh, that's what I got to do today. I got a piece of siding at the top at the storm. Last storm we had kind of loosened it up. I got to put it back. wash down. That's what I was. He took Alyssa to school and will be starting work soon. Oh. Yeah, I always take a bleach, spray the house, wet it, spray the house, power wash it, and all that gunk comes off there, and then I'll take that Armor car wash stuff, and I'll wash the house, scrub it.
Oh, really? Armor all car
stuff.
wash stuff? Yeah.
And it's got that wax in it, and I'll take
Mhm.
it, water, scrub over it, and rinse it off, and it prevents that mildew stuff on it for a couple of years.
Yeah, I was just thinking yesterday. I was trying to think about what I wanted to get or what to use to wash the Harley with, because I'm going to mix something in a bucket of water and a brush I got, but I just wasn't real sure what I was going to use on everything else. Well, I got some engine degreaser stuff, but is he working from home today, dear, or is he going into the office? The office. Okay.
He's at home today.
He is at home. That's cool. Oh, goodness
Probably like,
gracious.
I can't wait. We go out fishing.
Do what?
He's probably like, I'm ready to go fishing.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, the coffee's hot. I poured it on my leg. It's hot. Yeah, we're going downtown.
Downtown, making a way for me. Downtown.
Tim said he can't get past the protesters outside the bait shop headquarters. Bass Lives Matter. Bass Lives Matter.
You know, sometimes you just got to run over people to complete your mission. We got a bank of attorneys. We'll get you out.
I start charging them a protesting fee. You go protest on my lot, you're going to have to pay.
If you were me, what would you do today? Rob 3 a largemouth bass, no kidding. I could almost fall asleep. Almost, right?
Round one, sleep. No, I just got back making me another cup of cappuccino.
Round one, sleep time.
Ah, man, that cappuccino's good.
As climate change continues to alter the planet's ecosystems in ways that we are only beginning to understand, the Euphrates is a warning, a canary in the coal mine that we ignore. If we are to avert similar crises in other parts of the world, we must heed the lessons of the Euphrates and take action now to protect our water resources and build resilience against the impacts of climate change. For the people of Syria and Iraq, the Euphrates is more than just a river. It is a symbol of their history, their culture, and their identity.
Something in my eye. Gotta get my eye wash out. Back now, but all right, my people, friends. It's about all this I can take. Thank you, my chatting people. It's been real. It was good show today. Earlier, a good hangout, not really a show. Early this morning, we had a lot of fun. Things kind of petered out, it looks like, so we're going to call it a day. And I might be tomorrow if I'm lucky.
Hey, everybody. You have a great day. Everybody, let's keep Hog Leg in our prayers. And if I could, can you, the people that are in here, can you get a Go Dogs in the chat?
Go, go.
See that bad?
Huh?
Is he doing bad? Bad? I mean,
Well,
I know he had
he's
the.
got a block.
I knew
He has
that
them.
part, but I thought they were working on getting it dissolved.
Yeah, they are. But, you never know how that stuff's going to work out.
Yeah, for sure.
And they can't open him up and do surgery because of the condition he's in.
Huh. Anyway. You think, how like they can go in and put a stent in when you have a heart attack, you know what I'm talking about? I wonder why they can't go in and extract the blood clot, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, he's had open heart surgery, right?
Yeah, in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I think they can't go in and do that.
That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah, the college game day has them picked to be in the finals. In fact, there was a lot of talk the first college game day about them getting shunned and how they should have been. Okay, 14 people. Not sure who all of you are, but I love you anyway. So come back and see us tomorrow. Thank you, guys.